Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Thanks so much for clicking on the video. So, video I've been promising for a long time. I finally got the opportunity to come up here and shoot. So I'm going to be doing an overnighter at the shelter. So that's where I am. I just drove up. It took me about an hour to get here as usual. So made the drive. I'm up here. It's just about 3 o'clock. So got all the gear, got my pack all loaded up, everything ready to go. The shelter's just down the woods here from me, a short hike. So yeah, I'm really excited finally to be able to do this. I've been promising and talking about wanting to come up here and do an overnighter. So tonight's just going to be a chance to relax. Perfect weather, no rain, no chance of rain. A little bit warmer than I thought it was going to be this far or into November now. So, but still perfect weather. It'll cool off some tonight, so it'll be good for a fire. I brought just a wool blanket and then a ground sheet, waterproof ground mat, and another blanket to put underneath me. So really nice not to have to pack a lot for an overnighter. I have the shelter to sleep under, and then I have just a few key items to use to sleep on. So really excited. Hopefully this is going to be a lot of fun. I brought some sausage to cook and brought some food with me, so this should be a really good one. Thank you guys for clicking on it, and I hope you enjoy. Alright guys, I am here at camp. Got my stuff back there. I brought my pack, like I said, a wool blanket, and brought my Trail Boss axe by Cold Steel. And then I brought just a little collection of some knives and tomahawks. While I'm out here doing an overnighter and YouTube video, I'm also taking pictures for my Instagram channel. Just a quick note on that, some hopefully exciting news. I think I'm going to be working with a big survival page on Instagram. They reached out about a week ago and asked me if I would be interested in being a brand ambassador for them, as they are getting ready to launch a online store. So I'm going to be getting products from them in the future to come out and review and test and show you guys and on my Instagram page. And I will also have a link on my Instagram to the store if you're interested in purchasing any of the items you see me using. So that's totally up to you. Don't feel any pressure, or I'm not trying to be a pushy salesman or anything like that. It's just, if this is gear you're already interested in and I can help you get it for a good price, or point you in the direction of where to get it, I just want you to know that's an option. I'll have more details on it right now. It's still early in the works. They're in the process of getting ready to launch the online store, and I'm just one of the ambassadors they've reached out to help rep their gear. So pretty excited about that. That'll be a nice opportunity. It will be, like I said, some gear for me to test and try out, and it will be an opportunity for me to make a little commission on just repping gear I already enjoy. So stay tuned for that, and if you guys are interested, as soon as that is done and official and ready to go, I'll let you know here and on Instagram. So it's about almost 3:30. It gets dark here between 5 and 5:30 now, so I want to go ahead and get some firewood together and get a fire going, and I want to try to have a fire for most of the night. Again, not going to be real cold, but I like the feel and the ambiance of a fire when camping out, so I definitely want to have one for as long as I can tonight. So I'm going to grab the axe, and you guys will come with me, and we're going to go get some firewood. Alright guys, this is a little dead standing. I have some wood up by camp already. I had some old firewood in the bed of my truck that I just went and grabbed too, to kind of help me with having some firewood, getting that out of my truck, and saving me some time because I'm losing daylight pretty quickly. It's better if you're outside of the woods, but in here it's pretty dark. So I'm going to go ahead and just get this dead standing right here. we'll take that back to camp. Alright guys, I pulled this over. Now looking at it, may not have been, it didn't have any leaves up at the top, but the trees are shedding right now, so it makes it harder to tell. If this was not dead standing, it's still a very congested forest back here, and these little scraggly ones, I don't mind clearing a couple of these out of here because it is really congested back here. So dead standing or not, it's a bit of a scraggly tree, so I don't mess with any of the larger trees unless I can tell for sure that they're dead standing. But I'm going to use this just as some supplemental firewood tonight. I've got some other stuff over here from when I built the roof on this shelter, and I know I've kind of gone back and forth a few times on it, but I think I've finally come to the decision that I'm going to leave the roof off. It's really kind of a difficult build to make sturdy enough to stand up over time and to have the confidence to sleep under. Plus, coupled with the fact that I really kind of want the courtyard of the shelter open. I like having the woods and all of this forest around me open and in sight, and I don't want that being blocked by having the roof on there. Thirdly, it also helps keep the courtyard and the inside of the camp and the wood of the walls itself from just being shaded and covered for water and moisture to stay in there. This doesn't get a lot of sun as it is because of how dense this forest is, or these woods are, and I think the roof would just add to that. It would make it even more wet and soggy over time, and it would speed up the breakdown of the wood that the walls and the like tables and all that's made out of. So I've just been thinking it over. I've kind of gone back and forth. I've thought I made the decision to keep it and try and put it back up, not to, and I've kind of just debated back and forth about it, but I want to build a new shelter soon. So some of these pieces are probably going to go to that, and the rest of it I'm going to probably implement into doing one more layer on the walls here to raise the height just a little bit. I've been getting a lot of comments from people that think the walls are maybe a little low, which doesn't really, it's not a huge difference as far as them being this height or a little taller. All they are for is to help keep some wild animals. Like I've said before, out here I think there might be some wild boar. I know there's coyotes, bobcats, and other stuff. So just having these as a deterrent from something being able to walk in, like when I'm camping up here tonight, is the main purpose of them. So I'm going to go just a little bit taller on them because I do like the look of a nice tall camp wall, but I'm not going to go, but probably I think I'm only going to add one layer to what it is now, just to give it a little bit more height. As you know, there's no gate or doorway to walk through to get into it, so I can't build them too high because it needs to be comfortable enough to just step over and get into. So this wood that's out here is going to be a combination of going onto the walls, and then I've been kind of scouting sites for the next shelter build, and I've been playing around with an idea I have of the next shelter I want to build. So I think I might have found a spot, and if that does work out, then I can start building there pretty soon. So that's just some updates on the camp and the way I'm looking at that going, but I have pretty well decided to just leave the roof off. I liked it when it was on. It was a cool look, but it's such a long span for it to cover. It just adds to it being very unstable. So rather than try to put all that back up and rebuild it, my preference is to leave it open and just have the A-frame actually covered of the camp. All right, so I'm gonna cut this up and then see what else I need for some firewood. yeah, this has got some green down around some of these offshoots. So this is not, if it is got any dead to it, it's either all at the top or it's still got some life in it. I think it's still got a good bit of life in it, but like I said, with it sticking, as many of these little scraggly trees are growing, I try not to take down live, but I can clear a few of these out of here to open this land up some. I usually try to go for dead standing if I can. This woods, like any other, has a good mix of it. Here in Tennessee, and especially this area I live in, a lot of these woods, if they're not maintained or cleared every so often, stuff just grows up in here till it's choking out all the sunlight. So, like I said, a couple of these little scraggly ones that are not very old and are not getting much sunlight anyways, I can clear out. The taller, mature, full-grown ones, I don't mess with. For one thing, I don't need firewood that big. For another thing, I don't want to be cutting out good, strong, living trees. Clearing out some of the smaller, scraggly stuff that's already getting choked out from sunlight and stuff is not a problem, because these trees either get choked out over time and rot and decay anyways, or they just grow all kind of deformed and sickly looking, and they never really grow into much of anything. So this is just what's left at the top of it. I may use that later. I need some smaller stuff, but I'm gonna see if I can get some. Actually, I've got some fire starter with me to make it easier tonight. I brought some Instafire, and I'll move over here where you can see. I'm gonna get a fire started. I'm gonna gather some small twigs so I can throw on there too. All right, guys, I got some real good small twigs here. Let me grab my fire steel. Okay, so if you guys have been following the channel for a little while, you've seen this before. This is the Instafire military grade fire starter that I really like to use. Super cheap, very safe, completely non-toxic, environmentally friendly, and a great fire starter. This is such an easy fire starter for especially trips like this, where if you're pressed on time and you just need something to get started, this'll work like a charm. And then, as I've been using, this is my Uberleben Hexa fire starter. This thing is so fantastic. This is the best fire starter I've used. Okay, so just gonna put a small, or the remainder of this bag actually, is about gone, so I'm just gonna use what's left of that. Throw it on there, and then I'm just going to set this over here and let that build. It's good and dry, so it should very easily take off. And then this is some of the stuff that I had in the back of the truck. It's got some smaller pieces in it, so I'm going to put that in there as well to go ahead and light. Alright, I'm going to let that go and let that just develop into a good start to the fire. So while that's going, I'll switch you over here and just show you camp setup for the night. So let me turn up the ISO so you guys can see better. So I am losing daylight. There we go. Okay, so like I said, super easy camp tonight. Brought my red flannel to throw on a little bit as it cools down. I bought this wool at a sporting goods, an outdoor store. So I bought this to go underneath me. Nothing too big, just a nice base to lay underneath me. But before I put that down, also brought a lantern. This is actually a lantern I bought a few years ago for a camping trip. It's got 3 settings, a high, mid, and a low. So I think I'm gonna put it, can't see it, but right up here is the peak of the shelter. I'm gonna fix up some paracord and let it hang there so I've got just some low light tonight if I need to see around camp easily. I also brought a headlamp. I brought this, I don't even know the brand. This was just a inexpensive headlight I got on Amazon. It actually, for being a cheaper headlight, actually has a really cool function. It's got, can't tell now, but it's got a really good high mode. And then you can twist this to adjust from a flood to more of a beam or spotlight. And it's just really cool because you can illuminate a lot in front of you or really focus it. So for a cheaper headlight, it's actually been very impressive. Rechargeable battery has been very cool. We got my titanium little pot, cup, and then first aid kit. Okay, so this is what I was reaching in there for. This is a Bears Outdoor. I got this on Amazon as well. This is just a small, waterproof, easy to use ground mat. I use this as a base layer if I'm tent camping or whatever the case, and in this case using the shelter. This just gives me something to lay underneath me to help keep moisture from overnight coming up through my campsite. So, stretch it, just unfold it, lay it out. Makes a great little base. Alright, so I've got that laid out now. So now I've got my waterproof base layer. So then what I got this flannel looking blanket for was just to lay on top of it. Now it's folded in half, which is pretty much perfect. And that will give me a good area to lay on under. Like I said, we are not in any chance of rain tonight, so not really worried about moisture or rain or anything like that. I can just lay under the shelter and enjoy the evening. Just with this setup right here. So really excited about that. I didn't have to bring a ton of gear to just, I do have an inflatable pad in there if I want to use it. I may put on top of this blanket. Or I've got a pillow in there I may just grab the pillow and just lay like that. I've got the campfire out here in front of me, so it should be a very comfortable evening. It's not going to get cold tonight. It'll cool off to about, I think it's supposed to get down to like 50. It might be high 40s out here, so should be very comfortable for sleeping. So I'm going to get this fire stoked up a bit more, and then I'll catch up with you guys in just a little bit. Alright guys, fire's still going. As you can see from the smoke, this has got a good bit of water in it, so that's burning out. Hopefully this stuff will kind of dry out as this smaller kindling in there is burning. So I did bring some, like I said, I brought a big kielbasa sausage up here to cook. So I'm going to go ahead and start getting that close to the fire so it can, it's already cooked in the package, so, I mean cooked before packaged, so I don't have to worry about cooking it all the way from raw. Alright, I'll let that cook close to it. So, this has been a nice trip, really nice weather. It's harder with the time change now to always allow for enough light. I probably could have gotten up here a little bit earlier, but I didn't have something to do when I got up here, so it's not been a problem. Alright, that's finally getting going strong now, so hopefully that stuff's kind of drying out whatever moisture. It's been in the back of my truck for quite a while, so it's gotten rained on several times, so hopefully that'll kind of air dries. I think I'm just going to cook it half at a time. It's a little heavy to have on this little skewer right here close to the fire, so I'll just let it cook this half, and then while that cools off, I'll put the other half on to cook. Just brought some of these wet wipes to help clean up my hands. They're antibacterial, so I get a little bit cleaner for eating and just clean up after I eat, and just as I need something to kind of wash my hands with. So like I was saying earlier, I'm going to hopefully be starting another shelter build here before too long. I'm still trying to make sure that the sites I'm looking at are what I want to use and will work. So for the shelter build that I have in mind, I need kind of a certain layout, and you'll see what I'm talking about when I start building it. But I have found one or two sites that look like they'll work for it. So I might use some of this debris I have here, or just it's in woods kind of a little ways, not too far, but in that direction from this camp. So I may just source out stuff closer over there to it rather than trying to drag all this up there. So really been enjoying transition into fall. Here in Tennessee, it's fairly warm right now, but we usually go through this where it cools off, then we get a warm up, then it cools off, and it does this for a while before finally towards the end of November. And in like middle to end of November, we finally get to where it just kind of cools off and stays cool. Last winter we had some good like really cold snaps, but then it would warm right back up after a few days. So last winter was pretty mild. A lot of our winters here are where I live. So it makes camping a little bit easier to do without it being just absolutely frigid at night. Now, January, we do get some really good cold nights. So if I do that, I'll just make sure to have some more cold weather gear with me. I'm gonna let this cook, and I'll catch up with you guys in just a little bit. Oh, hey guys, I just ate that sausage I cooked up. Let it finish over the fire, and just letting this burn, and pulled my sleeping setup over here so I could sit down close to the fire and just relax. So I think it was the last video that I mentioned to you guys that I got a new job. So I don't work at the car factory anymore. I left that job altogether. It's just been such a rocky 4 years working there, on and off working there. Been laid off multiple times, and it's just getting hard having a family and one day having a job and the next day not. So I know this has been a crazy year for a lot of people, and I hope you guys are all doing well. Things are going well for me and my family. So I'm a team leader for a sporting goods and outdoor store. I've been working there for getting close to a month and a half now, and it's not what I want to do long term, but it was an opportunity for a job right now, and I took it, and it's been a pretty good job. I'm excited about what I was talking to you guys about earlier with working with this company on Instagram. As I've told you in the past, I think in my last video even, my goal is to, do this kind of stuff full time if I can, to work doing online content for Instagram and YouTube, to kind of work with outdoor companies and just use this platform as a means to be able to support my family and take care of them and everything I have going on there, but also to do something I love and am passionate about and enjoy doing. So I'm working away really hard at that, trying to make a lot more content this year than I have in the past. My YouTube start was really inconsistent. Whenever I got super busy with work, YouTube always kind of went on the back burner. And, sometimes you do what you have to do to take care of your family and to pay the bills. But I have always had the dream in my mind. And, however busy I got or whatever was going on, I've always had the dream to work at this and make this a full-time thing and do this, you know, if I can. And so far, my YouTube's growing more this year. My Instagram has really grown. I've really been so happy and loved the support from both of these platforms. So it looks like some doors are finally opening. I've had 2 companies reach out to me. The one that I have accepted being a brand ambassador for, and another that has expressed interest. I have to kind of weed through some of those offers, though. They're not always offers for any kind of real work. It's just more, we'll give you a coupon code to buy stuff from us. So I kind of have to weed through what good offers are and what aren't. So I'm really excited that I have gotten a good one. But I wanted to come up here. I've been dying to get up here to do an overnight, and I finally got the opportunity. So I wanted to come up here and shoot a video, bring you guys along for the camp out, and just use this as an opportunity to come up here and relax and enjoy a night in the woods. So I really appreciate you guys watching, appreciate all your support, everything you've done. I'll catch back up with you here in a little while, show you what it looks like when I get closer to heading to bed for the night. Hey guys, I know you can probably hardly see anything, but it has gotten completely dark. I have got the ISO on my camera turned up as high as it'll go. I'm just sitting here enjoying the fire. It's gotten going real well. Cut up some more firewood outside of camp. I went ahead and did, I know I didn't film it, but I went ahead and just added the extra layer from the building materials I had at the walls. I'll show you guys out in the morning when the sun's up. But it actually helped me rework this wall over here a little bit and make it, the wall behind you is a lot more filled in now. It had a lot of gaps in it, and when working to get the top stuff on, it helped settle that down, and I was able to also fill it in some. So I got some work done on that, used some of the material I already had here from the camp, and yeah, I've just been sitting here enjoying the fire. Got my headlamp on. But it's been a really nice evening. Like I said, I ate, and I've got a little thermos of coffee over here that I'm just gonna have some tonight and see if it stays hot enough to have in the morning. It's got a pretty good long life of how long it keeps stuff hot, so I'm hoping maybe by the time I get to it in the morning it's still warm. But just been enjoying camp, enjoying getting to get out here. I haven't gotten to go out on an overnight in a long time. It's been a year since the last time I did an overnighter. Everything I've done since then has been day camps and afternoon trips and that kind of stuff. I can hear something walking around in the woods over there. I can't see it though. Alright, I'm just gonna enjoy this for a while, and I'll catch up with you guys in a little while. Alright guys, I know, again, probably can't see much of anything, but I'm pretty much done with anything I'm doing here tonight. I'm just sitting here at the fire, just relaxing, laying down. So I will see you guys in the morning. Good night, and y'all take care. Oh, good morning guys. It's a little before 6:30, and I'm getting ready to head out. Got a little chillier last night than I was expecting it to, but really fun night out in the woods. A lot of animal activity around me. Saw some armadillos and some other stuff. So we'll catch back up with you guys in just a minute. Sorry guys, my wife's grandfather was coming down the trail. He's going out to go deer hunting, so I stopped to say hi to him and just take a break from recording for a minute while he was over here. So last night went really well. Very enjoyable night. A lot of animal activity. Got a little colder than I was expecting. I ended up glad I brought this flannel. But even with the flannel and the wool blanket, I still stayed close to the fire for the night. So as I told you last night, I went ahead and added, as you can see, this wall is taller, as is the front. Now this side right here, or this front part right here, was already no, I'm sorry, this side right here I did add on to. The side next to it on the front I did not add to because it was already taller. So I added on here, added there, and then added onto the other side. So I brought the height up on all these walls. I really like the look of it. It turned out really well. But I'm not gonna have breakfast or anything. I had just a little bit of coffee earlier this morning. I'm gonna go home and see my wife and little boy, probably have breakfast with them, and just go ahead and wrap this trip up. This will probably be the only camping trip I get done in the near future because my wife is getting closer to having our second little boy, and our other little boy is almost a year and a half, so he is on the go a lot. So I'm going to be helping her out with them. I will still try to get up here and do some day trips, do some shooting either here or back further if I start on a new shelter build. So I really appreciate you guys watching. Thank you so much. I know this video's been a long time coming, and I really appreciate you watching and being patient. I will try to get out here and do more of these as we kind of get settled in with our family. So thank you so much for watching. My channel is Viking Bushcraft and Survival. If you want to look me up on Instagram, it's just at Viking Bushcraft and Survival. And my name is Chris, and I will catch you guys next time. Take care.